All right, so today doing a little video. I'm snowed in here in the shitty state of Illinois. Waiting for the roads to clear and hopefully get a plow over to get the driveway dug out. Anyhow, thought I'd do a short video on OTFs. What people like, what people don't like, what I like personally, legalities, wherever you live, and the stigma of them as far as being quote unquote tactical and only criminals carry them, you know, that kind of shit. So for me, I like dual edge. Man, that's son of a bitch. Total night and day difference between these two Ultratechs, the new ZBT and the old one. Huge difference. So I like the daggers because when I think of a OTF, I think of dual edge. And I don't know if that's just me. So I got, you know, the two Ultratechs, the Scarab, the Medford, and I did get, this was the first Scarab I bought, was the single edge drop point. And the reason I got this, one, it was my first Scarab that I ever bought. Two, I watched, they had like a Microtech on their YouTube video, had a torture test that they did with this thing. I mean, they were batoning through wood with it. They were cutting pennies in half. They were dropping it, throwing it underwater, just all kinds of stuff, and putting it, you know, nailing it with a hammer and just hammering down through 2x4, stuff like that. So that got me interested in the Scarabs. So I've had 4 of these things now. And I'm gonna keep the drop point. And my last video, I did the unboxing on this one. And this was the one I was after the entire time. Still haven't seen them pop up anywhere. You know, the Medford, I haven't had any issues with mine. It's a nice OTF. They're doing some updates on them. This one's number 15 out of the 100 of the proof strikes. And the handle to blade ratio on this is just great, you know, love it. Could there be some updates? Yeah, I'm sure that that's what they're doing now on the new one. So I'll end up picking up another one probably in the near future. Well, not in the near future, probably end of the year. I'll probably pick another one up when they get production rolling again on these guys. But when I, you know, my thumb's gonna be tore the fuck up after this video if I keep handling this thing. For me, you know, you get two cutting edges, you know, so essentially, let me get this off of here, this crap off of here. So essentially, you know, one side gets dull, you can use the other. If you don't sharpen knives, I sharpen my own, so it's not a big deal. But I do like that you get the dual edge retention. But I do also just like the look of it. You know, it just, when you think when I think OTF, I think of dagger. Now, the problem I have, not with OTFs, but is the stigma of an OTF. Get some of these cleared out here. It's just the stigma, like, oh, I'm a criminal, so I'm only gonna carry an OTF. That's all I'm gonna carry, because that's just, I'm a criminal and I'm just, you know, that's just, no. If a criminal's carrying a knife, he's probably carrying a gas station knife that's got assisted opening. And, you know, I don't have very many assisted openers. The 0301, this baby's the old one. I don't know if you can see that. That was when they dropped, March of 08. Picked this guy up. But, you know, to open one of these, you see what I'm saying? The speed that it takes to open an OTF is no different, and it flies out faster even, especially when you get into heavier blades. So you got your switch. Yeah, you can do this and that with it, but when it's closed, you can't do anything with it. So, so what's faster? That or that? You could arguably say it's a little bit faster, but that comes out faster, the blade deploys faster. And it, for a lot of people, this is the easier way to go. I've got this one. It's an old Osborne Benchmade, brand new. But it's got a little tension bar inside of it that you can actually take out. I forget how you do that right there with that Allen key. And you can just make it a regular knife, but I don't mess with this one because, like I said, it's mint condition, box and everything. But, it deploys just as fast. Look at that. I'm a criminal. What am I going to do? Oh, you're not going to find me now. Oh. If anything, these are worse. Because if you was to do something with somebody, then you got blood and guts all in this. You got to take it apart. They're going to find it. So if you're a criminal and you carry an OTF, I think you're probably not very smart. That's just my opinion. You're going to have crap everywhere. I'm not condoning anything. It's just satire, but you get what I'm saying. So there's going to be blood and guts in here. Same with anything else, but it's going to be easier to get rid of that gunk than get it, Plus, not to mention if, I'm going to stab somebody and then it's dumb. There was a unfortunate news story I live near St. Louis, 10 minutes across the bridge in Illinois. And they were showing on the news some woman got stabbed, and they said it was with a switchblade. Well, it wasn't this, it was a Kershaw blur, because it's assisted. It's like, just say they got stabbed with a knife. Don't say they got stabbed with a switchblade. It's stupid. Puts it into its own stupid little category. And they just get you can't carry it here, you can't carry it there, and in the shitty state of Illinois, you have to have a FOID card to buy a gun, to buy ammo, to buy pretty much any. So you have to have a FOID card in order to carry an OTF. How fucking stupid is that? You have to have a license. Number one, you have to license to own a gun, buy a gun, whatever, buy ammunition. But you can buy these in Illinois without a FOID card, but if you get caught carrying one, I believe it's a felony without your FOID card, if you're carrying it without the FOID card. So it's just stupid. Why? And then you have blade length. It's like, okay, well, they have I forget what it is, a 4-inch blade on folding knives. And I forget on fixed blades, I forget what it is. I'm wanting to say 7. But why does the blade length matter as far as legality goes? It doesn't make any sense. Does anybody else, am I the only one that sees that as just asinine? It's just, and especially you take the bigger ones away and you go with your standard, which, just your standard one. If you're going to do something against the law, one, you're not going to go out and use any of these really expensive knives. You're going to buy some cheap, crappy Chinese gas station OTF that has And why you even got it? I don't know if you guys know what I'm really talking about. I think you do. But why are these just, oh, just, you carry one of those? Oh, I was at my niece's birthday party a few months back, and they needed a knife to open presents, and they all know I'm a knife guy, except for there's some new additions to the family. And she's like, what is that, an old school switchblade? Oh my God. I didn't say anything. You know, I'm not gonna, what would you call it? I'm not going to knife shame her for not knowing about knives, but that's what people think, you know. Another story, my dad had his old school Ultratech. We had bought them because it became legal in 2017 or 18 to carry these. Well, he was at the airport. This was in his pocket. He just had his shoulder redone, so he was in a sling, and they came up and they surrounded him, and they were, you know, get down, he's got a switchblade. Had to take him in, do all that. He was in the, you know, he ended up getting a lawyer and getting out of it. Never did give him his knife back though. Oh, you get your knife back. No, you don't. That thing's gone as soon as they see you have it. So, I mean, yeah, you can't carry it on a plane, but the response that he got from it, number one, he can't even take it out of his own pocket because he's in a sling. But knife on a plane, I mean, yeah, that's whatever. Nowadays, you can't carry one. That's just how it is. But, you know, what do you guys think? I mean, regular detent knife. I mean, it's, to me, you know, I don't get the law. I don't understand the law. I don't understand the ATF, alcohol and tobacco and firearms. Number one, just on a tangent here, why the fuck is tobacco still in there? Why? Why is tobacco in an agency? It's tobacco. Good Lord. Just so stupid. But the gist of the video is, you know, OTFs, I like them and I don't like them. It all depends. You know, for the longest time, this was a staple until I've tried other ones. I've tried the live wires. I've tried a few other ones. And man, I'm glad they did this upgrade, because this thing, and I'm not talking about just fidgeting and stuff like that, playing with it. I'm just talking about, one, is super aggressive. Even on the new one, the aggressiveness is still there, but this thing's just the only one that's chewing my thumb up right now. If you can probably see it, it's all chewed up. But, you know, like, if they would go, like, Medford switch is almost perfect. Plenty of jumping and not aggressive. It does not hurt your thumb. You know, and like I said, I want to see the improvements that they've done on the new generations of these. But I just thought I'd make a video on OTFs. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your guys' laws are wherever you live. Because here in Illinois, it's just stupid. The laws are stupid. But let me know what you guys think. You know, I know a lot of guys, they like to put their thumb here, and that's why they like these, or maybe for some other reason. But when I think OTF, like I said, I think dual edge, and I generally go for dual edge, and I either get green or I get black. I don't do colors like aside from OD and black. I don't do any kind of colors on my OTFs. But yeah, just a short video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff, comment. Love to hear your thoughts, and have a good one, and stay warm.